Hello, everyone. Welcome to Funnel Forging here at Sales Process. My name is Tamara. I am the host of the weekly Funnel Forging call, and I also host the CRM Connect call. And the way that I run the calls is that we do a small training in the beginning, and then we open up the floor to any of your tech questions that you might have. And I thought today would be a really good day to sort of start and share my process with you about when I am building a funnel. What are the first couple of steps that I sort of look at when I'm doing that? So what I like to do is I like to think about the pieces. So funnels are really about the different pieces that you bring together to create the automation, the sales machine that is your funnel, right? And what I like to think about are these different pieces in different ways. So when I'm thinking about building a funnel, I think about, okay, I need images, right? And I need copy. So sales copy. So I need to gather those things. And that is something that I usually do, like even before I open the software, right? So I'm going to grab my images that I'm going to use to build my funnel. I'm going to write my sales copy that I'm going to use. And I do that all outside of sales process. When I am ready to start building, the very first thing that I will go and do is I will go and put in all of my email copy. So technically, I know that I'm going to need for a sales funnel, whether I am actually selling something in it or whether I'm using it for lead generation, there needs to be some kind of communication on the back end. So here are a couple of different types of communication that I'm talking about. So if you're doing a lead magnet funnel where you are trading a free item, so whether that's a lead magnet, a coupon code, a free gift, a workbook, a checklist, a template, something that you're giving to people in exchange for their name and email address. There's three ways that inside of sales process that you can really communicate with them once they've signed up, right? So number one is just on the thank you page, right, of your funnel. You can say, here is the link to your free gift, especially if it's a digital product, you can do that. But what I don't like about that strategy is the fact that you are not training your people to open email from you. So what we want to do is we want to train them to open email from us. We want them to go to their inbox. We want them to grab our email. We want them to open that message from us. Another thing that we can do is send them their free gift by using SMS. So that's text message marketing, right? We can grab their information, we get their phone number, and we can text the information to them. And what we see with text messages is that we have a much greater open rate than we do with email. People's email inboxes are full. I'm not saying don't email your people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that currently people are having their email mailboxes are very full, right? It's very noisy in there. It's hard to stand out in a crowd inside of your clients or customers' email box. So another strategy is to use text message marketing. And we see a much better response rate. We see a much better open rate. We see a much better reply, click rate using SMS. So those are kind of the three things that we think about. Okay, so I'm going to create a lead funnel and I need to grab, I want to grab their person's information. And so I'm also going to send them a message once I have their information. Now that message is going to be to deliver that lead magnet. So you need to decide, am I going to send them an SMS, a message, or am I just going to give it to them on their on the thank you page, the landing page, once they submit their information to me? So it's really good to sort of think about these things and then create those assets that you need. The asset that you're going to need is either going to be an email message. So write that message out, put some thought into it about how are you going to read this, or how are you going to engage them in the email? You're going to provide them a link to the lead magnet that they have requested. And that's how you're delivering it to them. In an SMS message, you're going to make sure that the actual content of your message is much smaller. It's going to be a shorter message, and it's going to include a link, right, to the lead magnet. And then if you do decide that you just want to give it to them right there on the thank you page, then it's really just a button that they're going to go and download the information from to access the lead magnet. So that's the first thing I do is I will go into sales process and I will set up that message. So whether that's the email message or the SMS message, I'm going to set that up. I'm not putting it in the workflow yet. I'm just writing that message. Okay. And then the second piece of this is, what do I need to move forward to build the rest of the funnel? Well, I need a form, right, to collect their information, to collect their name and email address, or their name and their phone number if I'm delivering SMS. So that's what I would go in after I created my email template or my SMS template. I would then go in and I would create the form that I want to collect. So let's go in and do that. And I'll just show you here. Here. Inside a sales process, you're going to go and you're going to go to sites. And this is where you're going to go and build the form that you need, right? Now, you don't ever have to build from scratch. We have templates that you can use. There are also a number of templates that you can duplicate inside of your account because it comes with the snapshots that we provide. But if we want, we can just go and let's grab a form from a template. And let's say I just want to use this here. Yep, I like that. I'm going to continue with that template. And so this is now adding that form to my template library. And it's going to, I have a little bit of a problem there. Let me just see if I can refresh it and bring that in. Okay, let's click here and see if we got that. There we go. So I'm now opening up the contact form that I grabbed. And really all I need is I'm going to grab their full name, their email address, their phone, and I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need this box, so I'm going to copy or get rid of that. I'm not a huge fan of the full name. I like to break it up into first and last name, just because, but you can leave that as full name if you want. And so we're going to use this form in our funnel. So now that we have this, we're going to change the name, and I'm just going to put in here. And I just do this because I work in a demo account. Lead funnel form, demo. Not demon, demo. There we go. Okay. So now that I have my email created and I have my form created, then I can go in and I can build my funnel because I have the pieces that I need. And the very last thing that I am going to build is the workflow. That is always the last thing that I build. Okay. So it may seem like backwards to some people, but it really makes sense for my brain that the workflow is the last thing that I build. Because then I have all of the pieces that I need to make the workflow function. I'm not having to build the workflow partially and then go and create the form. Because I can't build the trigger of the workflow because I don't have a form for it, right? And so it just makes sense to me to build all of these little pieces first, and then I build the workflow last. So after we have our email, we have our form, then we can go to sites and funnels, and we can build our lead funnel, right? And so if I go here, and I'm just going to create a new funnel, I'm going to grab a template. I always love to work from a template, and you can even search here for like a lead funnel. Here's Life Mentor lead funnel. So we'll grab this one. We'll use this here. And it's just going to add the template to our library. And it opens it up right inside the builder here. And so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in that form that I used, right? So I come over here and I click on this drop down, and I'm going to put in here, and I want to look for the one that I made, this one here, the lead funnel demo. So that's going to pull in this form. And of course, it doesn't really go with the colors and everything. And I don't really need this button because I have a button on my form. So I'm going to erase that, delete that piece. Then I just want to make sure what is the action step that's happening with my funnel or with my form. So over here, it's saying use the action from the form builder. But what I really want it to do is to go to the thank you page. I want it to go to the next step. So I just swap that out, save that. And this is a lot of information here. It's just kind of filler copy, but I wanted to show you how we have our lead magnet. We're telling them about the free thing that we have for them. We give it a little bit of a description. It's talking about a workbook here. They're going to fill this out. They're going to give us their name, their email, and their phone number. And then it's going to take them to the thank you page when they submit the form. So here we go. We land on the thank you page, right? So our funnel is ready to go. That's how quickly you can build your funnel. Of course, obviously you want to swap out the copy and the pictures and make it more for you, right? Then what we want to do is we want to go back here into the settings, and we want to actually connect the funnel to our domain. Now, I have a couple of test domains in here, so I'm going to connect that to some test domains. So here, and then I want to just go down here and save it. And that just takes a second. Okay, so now my funnel is ready, and now I can go and build the automation for the funnel. When you're building your automations, it's always about what's going to trigger this automation. What am I going to use to cause the workflow to trigger? So whenever it's a lead magnet, it's always going to be form submission. That's always going to be your trigger, right? Is the form is being submitted by the contact. So we'll create a workflow, and we will start from scratch. And we're going to give this a name, give it a title. And then we're going to add the trigger. So here, when you click on this area here, then you can put into the search bar here, you can type in form. And it's going to bring up all different actions that you can use, but this is the one we want. We want the form submitted action. Then I have to use the filters here to tell the system which form has to be submitted for this workflow to trigger. So I go in here and I go and grab form is, and I tell the system which form it is. And I can do that by just grabbing the lead funnel demo form, which is right here. Okay. And so I'll just delete this information out. Here we go. And I'm going to save that, and that becomes the trigger for the workflow. Now, the next part of the workflow is I need to decide, am I going to tag these people? I highly recommend that you tag them because you're going to you want to tag these people and put them into a category basically inside of your list that says, these people came into my world and they grabbed my lead magnet. So you can decide what your naming convention is for your tags, but for me, I always say like lead magnet, and then I will put the name of the lead magnet. So if it's like workbook or something like that, you can do that, right? So you can put in here workbook and then add new tag. And I also like to put it up here in the action name just because it is the word, like I don't have to open the action to see what is the tag that I'm putting in there. Okay. And then, of course, here is my delivery mechanism. Am I sending them an email? Which I probably am. I'm going to send them an email because I want to teach them or train them to open emails for me, right? That's what I want. Here, you can put in your from name. Your email that you're going to be using is always your custom subdomain that we set up for your email. So this should have been done on your onboarding call. And so we're going to go into account and we're grabbing the email. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab our template that we created for sending out the delivery of this lead magnet. So let's see if we have one in here. I'll just grab one from any of my templates here. But what it will do is if your template has the subject line filled out, it will populate the subject line right in here. Okay. So we'll save that action. And then you can build in any other kind of actions you want in here. This is just a very basic workflow to deliver a lead magnet. Okay. So we're going to publish the workflow, save that. And this is ready to go. So now our lead magnet funnel has all of the pieces that it needs to work. It's connected to a domain. We have our email copy. We have our workflow ready. And now we can test it. So let's go back and we're going to run one person through our funnel here. So I'm going to go back to the sites. I'm going to go to most recent. That will always bring up the one that you're just working on, right? So I'm going to grab this and I'm just going to put my information in here to test and see if I actually get that email. And I want to make sure that the form takes me to the thank you page, and it does. See? Now let's go see if that automation actually worked. We can go back here into the automations. We're going to look at the lead magnet one, and you can see here there was one person enrolled. I'm not active in this workflow anymore because I went through and all of the actions fired off, but we can see by looking at the execution logs, each step within the workflow. So when I submitted the form, I was added to the workflow. The contact tag was added to my contact record. The email was sent, and you can see here, just by clicking on this little clipboard, that the email was queued successfully. So we know that worked. And then you're automatically removed from the workflow. So if we see here, there isn't a step that removes you from the workflow, but you come to the end of the workflow and you're just automatically removed. So we know by looking into our execution logs that all of the steps that we built into our workflow took place. So we know that the funnel works. All of the pieces that we brought together worked well, and the workflow fired off, and everything went according to plan, which is always a good thing, right? Does anybody have any questions about anything that we set up here this evening when we talk about the different pieces that need to come together to bring a funnel to life like that? Feel free to unmute and ask, or you can put your questions in the chat as well. Hi, John. How are you?
Good,
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to you too.
Any questions about that? We're just running through how to set up a really quick and fast lead magnet funnel, and to talk about the different pieces that you need to create first, the order I would create them in, and then the automation that makes it all run together. The power behind the funnel. Any questions about the lead magnet funnel? If there's no questions, I will open up the floor to any other tech questions.
Hey, Tamara.
Hey, how are you?
I am doing better than most. How are you?
All right, that's great. I love to hear it.
All right. I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Uh, it is concerning a workflow that I've created, and perhaps I can share it with you here.
Yes, let me stop sharing my screen and I would love to see your screen.
All right, one second. All right, so I've sent a request.
Oh, let me turn that on for goodness sakes.
Let's see. All right,
There we
so
go.
I
Is that
think
working now for you? There we go.
yeah, yeah, I may be able to share.
Awesome.
Okay,
So
so
what does this workflow do?
essentially, this is I've got three offers that I'm making in one funnel. Uh,
Okay.
they're not a funnel, but I created payment links for people to purchase three different orders. So I
Okay.
have a flow that follows up those three different orders, and each one of them is supposed to give them something different. So I thought that I could put them all in one flow, but I think one of the advisors was like, You probably just need to create three different workflows and put
Yeah.
each thing in a different one." So maybe I'll
Yes.
show you one and then I can ask my question.
Yeah, for sure. Let's open one of them up and have a look.
All right, so this would be the original one that started the whole thing. So they'll come in and make a purchase here
Okay.
for a payment plan, and then let me close this. And let's see. So
They're getting a tag.
we get a tag for the mastery course,
Okay.
and, and then of course this follows through. I think this is like abandoned tag or what have you. I think this was already in the funnel. So
Um, okay, so you are removing the abandoned cart tag from them. Okay. Yep.
all right, and
And then
then
you're going to remove them from the abandoned cart workflow, right?
uh-huh, and
Okay.
then so this is the purchase email they get.
Can
Um,
you go back up, sorry, to the remove from workflow because I see them being removed from webinar follow-up. Do you want
uh-huh.
them removed from both of those in this?
Because they've made this purchase.
Okay. Okay.
This is
That
the
makes
purchase
sense. I just wanted to
confirmation.
double check with you. So
Yeah, because so this is the purchase confirmation follow-up, so they shouldn't be receiving that because that's what they've already got.
gotcha.
And post webinar attended but didn't buy. So this they shouldn't get this email anymore to say, hey, you didn't buy anything,
Right. Yep.
right?
That makes sense.
So
Yep.
that's why I've got that one. And then this is the confirmation email. And of
Okay.
course, this confirmation email states what they would get for this particular plan. And then
Yes.
they are granted into whatever well, I don't know what this is, the opt-in webinar pipeline. I think this came with it. This is the
Okay.
webinar that I'm working with. So I suppose it makes sense to say that this is the status it's on, right?
Yes, that's correct. And
So
is that the amount of your product price?
yeah, that's the amount
That's
of
the amount. Okay.
right. Yeah. So now when we come to group access,
Yeah.
they get group access here,
Hmm.
and they also get a grant for that access. But I think I'm wondering, how do well, that's my secondary question. My first question is this is automation number one. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
So this literally works it all the way to the end.
Okay.
And then we go to another automation, which let's see. So one of them is this offer mastery. This one is do with you. This one is done for you. All right.
Okay.
So let's look at the done for you automation. And I want to see, I guess what I'm trying to see is, am I doing this thing right? Where uh
Okay.
so this would be the done for you product that they purchased. This should be a
Okay.
success here. And all of the tags should follow through the same way. I'm not sure if I should have a done for you tag added to this here, but this is the tag that they get when they sign up for the course. Uh,
Okay. So does this tag, is that something that you're going to easily recognize as what product they purchased that will identify them for the product that they purchased?
no, this is
Okay.
the course that they signed up for. So I think this would be like I'm not sure if I did it already, but I think I was confused about that part. So I guess I should have a tag that says done for you here at this particular stage of it.
Okay.
So let me just do that tag for here, right? So let me just
Okay.
say DFU.
Why? And then do you want to put the product name?
Yeah, let me probably do that.
Yeah.
Q4.
That's how I'd set that up.
Okay, so this will be that tag. So I'll put that. And
Okay.
that takes care of that one. And
So you're going to want to save that first before you move away from it.
right, no problem. Let me do that. So save
If
that
you go
as.
back to that tag, did it change? Yeah, you're going to have to make that tag again. And you have to save it before you
All right. Okay. So
click away from it.
all right. So Q4 DFY. Oops. Q4.
Oh, it's right there. You have it. Back up.
Uh-huh.
One more. Right there. Grab that one. Yep. There you go.
It's not supposed to be in caps too, right? It's supposed to be.
Yeah, it changes to lowercase when you make tags.
Okay, perfect. So we've got that one. That's there. And then everything else works accordingly. This is the abandoned cart one.
Okay.
Remove from workflow.
Mm-hmm.
Purchase confirmation goes. So this is specific to what they're getting here.
Yes.
And then where I think I'm concerned is once I get here to granting of access,
Okay.
they're getting access to something where they get a phone call, where they're supposed to make a phone call or set up an appointment with us. And then
they're not getting community access and they're not getting a course. Is that right?
Yeah, they're not getting a course. They may get community access, but they're certainly not getting a course. So if I wanted to differentiate that, how would I do that?
So if you're not granting them access to a course, then I would right here, click on these three dots.
Which
just
is here?
hang on. Yep. Yep. And click delete.
Oh, so just delete this?
And it's going to ask you, if you click on that, it's going to say, delete action. Because you can choose delete action or delete all actions from here. So it would delete both of them. So you just want to delete the first action. Yeah, that's great.
Okay. So this would
Now,
take them.
Do you still want them to get access to the community?
Yeah. So they'll get access to the community.
Perfect.
So this would work for this part, right? So we'll save this action.
Yeah. And you want to save at the top there. Yeah. Perfect.
So with that said, I think that was the question. I think I needed to make sure that I needed a tag here first, and that I would take that part out and then just give them this access. If in future, if I wanted them to have access to a course, then I guess I'll just add granted
then you
course.
could add that. Yeah, for sure.
So if I was adding a particular course and not giving them access to every course, how would I fix that?
So then you would specify the course, just the course name in the action, in the workflow.
Right, so maybe let's do that here as an example.
Okay, sure.
So
course grant offer, and then you would choose which course it is that you're granting them access to. So they would only get access to that course. They wouldn't get access to your full library of courses.
So this is where okay. So this is, if I did done for you full package offer, this would come here.
That's right.
I have done for you full plan and I have a done for you payment plan. Would that mean I would do two of these then? It's like if they paid for a payment plan, and then if they paid for a payment plan, they get access to this. If they paid for it as a, what do you call it? As a full payment, one-time payment.
Pay in full, yeah.
So I would create two of these, or the grant offers.
You could create two actions just to keep them separate if that makes better sense. If it makes it more clear rather than trying to group them all together like that.
Okay, because I do want them to still get what they need to get without complicating the fact that it was a payment plan or any of that. So this would be done for you payment plan, which would be this one. So that makes sense. So then they have. Okay, so they get granted that all at the same time. Okay.
And so just to make them more clear here, I would edit the name. So right up here, you can say grant course or course grant offer and then put the name of the course that you're granting offer and then do the same to the next action step.
Right. So this would be full package.
Yes. So then
And
you don't have to open the action to see what it is. Yeah. There you
this
go.
would be payment plan.
Yep.
All righty. Perfect. Okay, so I think those are the items that I needed. So I did need that, but I just needed to know that I could separate them so that
Yes.
these get access to that and these get access to the same thing. But if a different email has to go to each one, because this is a payment plan, this is a full payment, so the email is going to be different. So it makes sense to do it this way.
Well, so this is you are offering them both ways to pay. They can pay in
Yeah,
full and they can pay
they can
payment.
pay for, yeah, they can do a payment plan, but they get access to the same course.
It's the same course. Okay. Yeah, then
They
you can set it up like this. You would only need, you don't have to create your courses that way. You only need to create your products that way. So you can create your products and have different, they can either pay in full, payment plan, whatever, and it can all lead to the same course. You don't have to create a new course for
right.
each way they pay.
Right. That and I think that's what you
Yeah.
fixed with me because I needed to see that I could just add it like we did here.
Yeah. So you don't really need, if it's the exact same course, you're sort of, this is replicating the exact same thing then.
Yeah, because
This is,
it's the exact same course.
yeah,
So this would be fine to have these both, right? Because they're paying it separate. I mean, they're paying it on a different these are two different links they're using to pay. So what I didn't want is
okay,
someone to pay and then be like, well, I didn't get access to the thing and I paid
right,
payment plan. And this
okay,
guy will automatically get it because right here I've got them pay for the full package. But for
okay,
this one, I don't have them represented because there's a payment plan for this,
okay,
even though it's the same thing. So they're paying still, but they're paying a payment plan. That's why I figured, okay, so how do I differentiate that? And it looks like this would work because then this would indicate it's a full payment done here, according to this. And this
hmm
would indicate that it's a payment plan, but
payment
it's still the
plan.
same course.
So my question to you then is, which link are you sharing? Have you created a payment
Yeah,
link that you're sharing?
I've got a payment link. Let me go to it. Let me save this action first, right?
And that's okay. We don't have to look at your payment link. But what I want to say to you is that you're really creating more work for yourself doing it this way.
Okay.
You only need to create the course once. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter how they pay.
yeah. The course I've got it once. Uh,
Yes.
but I think my confusion is where once they because I was trying to think when they make the payment. So when I do this presentation live, what I do is I give them, hey, if you want a payment plan, this is the payment plan. If you're able to pay right now, this is how you pay the whole thing right now, right?
Mhm,
So now
mhm.
I was like, so how do I separate them? It's going to be it's going to take them to the same course,
Right. And
but
you only
how?
need to grant them access to the course once. You don't need both of these actions because if you scroll up to the top of your workflow here,
Mhm.
let's look at the trigger for your workflow.
Okay,
What's your trigger? Okay.
that
So you are saying and this is exactly, does it matter to you once they purchase? Do you need to be able to identify who paid in full and who is paying by payment plan? Do you, as the business owner, need to be able to identify that?
I do only because we've set it up in the system where for those payment links, right, they're gonna be charged again 30 days from now. So
Okay.
based off of that, we'll need to know who's already paid and who hasn't.
Okay. So then what I would do is I would change your triggers rather than granting them access to two different courses. So what I would set this up is I would delete this
This
line
one,
here. Yeah.
this so
And
delete
I
that.
would, okay, go in and add another filter over here.
Okay.
Choose, yeah, select that and say product. Whoop, not the
Oh,
G. Just let the, okay, delete that out
okay.
and just choose product price.
Okay.
Then check which price it is. And then you should have you either have your pay in full or your payment plan. But I only see one price here.
Yeah, this is the paid in full. I don't know why the other one is not showing up here.
That's okay. That's okay. Just we can do that. So grab the pay in full. And then what we're going to do up here is you're going to put payment received, pay in full. So PIF.
Oh,
Okay. And then save.
all right.
And then save it. And then I would create another trigger.
Mhm.
And you're going to put payment received. And then we're going to add the filter. And you're going to choose product or global product.
Done for you. Payment plan.
Okay, so that's the payment plan. And you're going to put up here. So yeah, you can choose product price.
We said pay plan here.
Yeah.
And then we go here and
Is. And there's the price.
right, so this is the payment.
And then let's grab one more filter here. We do want to only have this fire when the status is success. So we're going to add that here. Yep, is success.
Oops.
Oh, not failed. No.
We want
Yeah,
success.
perfect. Yeah, we don't want it to fire if it fails.
All
Okay,
right.
save that. And then we're going to click into that first trigger again. So the pay in full, and we're going to add that payment status in there again. Perfect. Payment status is successful. Perfect. Save. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to go down here. Okay, so does the email need to change? The copy of the email need to change based on how they're paying? Does that matter?
No, the email is gonna be the same. Initially I thought I would change it, but I think because they've paid, oh yeah, it does need to change. You're right. Oh,
Does
wait.
it?
No, it doesn't need to change. For this one, it doesn't
Okay.
need.
So it doesn't matter how they paid. They can
Yeah.
still get the same email. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's good. The only thing you need to do then is just have one course that they're going to get.
Right. So we need to delete one of these.
One of them. Yeah. And then I would just change the name to the course product name. So that your Black Friday course or 2024 Black Friday.
All right. So now we deleted that one.
Yeah.
And we go. So maybe here, 2024
Black Friday.
Right. All right. Full package. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
And then the only other thing that you can do down here is you can right here, I would type in here if, and then grab this action here. Yep.
all right.
And so we're going to put a question in here. And right there. Yeah. We're going to say, we're going to build our own. So these have changed a little bit. So just leave it like that.
Okay.
That's good. Yep. Just click out of there. There we go. And we're going to say this branch here is going to be pay in full.
So we're going branch. Are we typing paid in full here?
Yeah, just type in paid in full. You don't have to keep the branch. Get rid of that.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, pay in full. And then you're going to choose workflow trigger is, and you're going to choose pay in full. Okay, grab that. And then you're going to add another branch.
Oh, this is
and
nice.
You're going to say workflow trigger is, and payment plan. And then you're going to click save. Okay.
Nice.
And then you can tag them. And then you can even send a more concise internal notification to yourself saying, this person paid in full, this person paid by payment plan. Okay.
Okay.
So here you can tag them and say, Black Friday 2024 paid in full, Black Friday 2024 payment plan. So I would put your contact tag. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then say, let's see, Q4. So I would add a new tag here, right? Black Friday paid in full.
Yeah.
All right, so add that and save it. Oops. Did I mess it up?
Oh, try again. It doesn't say, it didn't take that tag for some reason.
Okay,
Try
so
that
it's
again.
for
Q4.
Black Friday.
And then
Okay,
click on here, add new tag if it's a brand new tag. There we go. Now you
let's
can
save
save that. And then you're going to want to do that
that
here
here.
and say,
Tag. We're saying Q4 Black Friday
payment plan.
pay plan.
Perfect.
Okay, want to save there.
And then you can just, you want to adjust the internal notification to yourself, right?
Oh,
And so there you can get specific about what price they paid, right? You can say this person paid in full or this
I can
person
put
paid.
I can put another one right here. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great, perfect.
So this says internal notification.
Yeah,
What?
this one is internal. But I don't know why this. Let me see. Welcome to
Yeah, the
Destiny.
content looks like it's being sent to a contact. What?
Uh, it might be. It might be the way I did this initially because I think I did this when I was just starting out, and
Okay.
I changed this and I just made it like an internal thing. I said I'll look at it later. I just never came back to it.
Okay.
But I think this needs
Right.
to notify me that this
Right.
is my own notification.
That's right.
Individual has paid.
Yeah.
Has paid in full.
In paid in full. Yeah. And you can, if you might want to put in like which product they purchased. If you've got a lot going on, then you know exactly what product they purchased too.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's good there. And I guess I'll need to do the same thing here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Internal notification. This person has played email. Do I need to do any of this? Probably don't need to do that, right? That's what I have right here. I had a
You're going to have to say particular
sorry.
user and then select the user because you don't have one selected there. In the
Okay.
select user, you have to tell the system which user to send it to, or it's
Right.
not going to send it to anybody.
So
It should come up with your name if you're an employee here, like in your account. Maybe choose here, instead of particular user, put just you have set up as an SMS. That's why.
Oh, this is SMS. What was this
Yeah.
one? This is also an SMS.
Yeah, you're gonna need to change that to email.
Okay. Email.
There. Now you'll be able to say particular user and then it'll bring up. So say particular user here. And then it'll bring up your. Oh, it still didn't. Okay. Just go to custom email.
Okay.
Yeah, and then put your email address in there.
Right. So user.
No, you have to actually type your email out because you're not showing up as a user in your account.
Oh, okay. So what is my email? Support at dot AISQ.
Okay.
All right. And this.
So CJ, after this, I'm going to open the floor to someone else to ask a question.
Sure, no problem.
And we can you can finish this on your own, right? Like this.
Yeah, I've got this. I've got this.
Perfect. So awesome. Okay.
Appreciate it, Timur.
Yeah, you're welcome. How's everybody else doing?
Hello.
Hi, Dennis. How are you?
I'm Dennis here. It's my first time. I just signed up with a monthly plan recently. I haven't gone onboarding yet. I haven't gone onboarding, but I'm in. Because how do I say? I got into this because one of my mentor is having some funnel, and I subscribe to sales process. So I'm going to go through his funnel. However, I want to create other funnels for lead generation.
Yes.
Okay. So the question I ask is, it's immaterial if I create other new funnels, right? I can create multiple funnels. Is that
Yes,
correct?
you can create as many funnels as you want.
And then every funnel, I create a workflow automation.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so if I want to do one for lead generation, so walk me through. I'm a bit naive. First, I will have an advert out. I place an advert example in Facebook or something like Google. Then
Yes.
there's a call to action that they click a button. It will go to a landing page.
Yes.
And then from the landing page, after that, I can ask them to call to action to get a lead magnet.
Yes.
And then from there, I will collect their email address.
That's correct.
Then
Yes.
after that, now where does it start in the funnel? The landing page is the first place in the funnel?
Yeah. So your landing page is where your form is going to sit. And the
Okay.
form is what they are going to fill out to
Okay.
give you their name and email address.
Okay.
And when they hit that button,
Okay.
that's going to trigger your automation.
Okay. So they hit the button that to fill in the address and then
Yes.
ask for the lead magnet.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if I want them to do a second step after they hit on the automation to get the lead magnet, and I want them to, those who are keen to register for a demonstration or something like that, is it a next step?
Then you can send them a link where they can register if you want.
Okay,
Email,
okay.
you can send them a link to do that. Yeah.
And where do I park this after that? The information and all that in the
So
sales process. Is there another area?
yeah, I can show you here. So in here, in your sales process account, you have a section in here called marketing.
Yes.
And here is where you would build out your email templates. So if you see marketing here and then you go up to the top, there's more menus up here.
That's
You're going to go
right.
to emails. And
Okay.
in your templates, you can build out your email template with your messages. So you would just create a new email template.
Okay.
And that's where you could put your link for them to register. So it would
Okay.
have to lead back to another funnel for a registration funnel, right? So you'd have to build a registration funnel for them to register for the
Okay.
demonstration.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I get it. So my landing page, okay, so what happens if I have an advert, I would get them to go to my call to action and go to my website. And my website there would actually serve as a part whereby there's a landing page, right?
Yeah, you can build landing pages. So if we go to sites here inside of your sales process, you'll notice at the
Okay.
top you have funnels and
Yes,
then you
right.
have websites as well. And you can build as many pages in here as you'd like.
Okay. But the website is external because I use something else to build a website. No problem, right?
Okay. Yeah. So what you could do is you could build a form in sales process and then you
Okay.
could embed that form on your website. And it
So
would,
that form is in sales process.
yeah. So then you could actually collect their name and email address and everything inside of your sales process account just by embedding the form on your website.
Okay. Now, do you have any tutorials to recommend? Because I haven't gone onboarding and all that. It's just that the funnel out there. Do you have any
Yeah.
tutorials to recommend for me to understand better about funnels and all that?
Yeah, we sure do. So over in the left-hand menu of your sales process account, you're going to find Sales Process University.
Yes, I've seen that.
And so if you log in here, if you need to enroll, you
No, I
click
have
the
login. I have a login.
You have a login now? Okay, perfect.
Yes, yes.
So then you would go into the Sales Process University and you can actually search in there to
There's so
find
many courses.
there's so many, sorry, what?
There's so many courses there, tutorials there. What's the
Yes,
best
there
one of
is.
one?
So here, let's see, just one second. I'll go into the actual university and we'll see if we can find you a tutorial. One second. Let me go find. We have a lot of courses in there. Okay. And So I'm going to share my screen again with you, Dennis, just to show you
Okay.
here. Inside of the Sales Process University. So I'll show you what
Yes.
I did here. Up here,
Okay.
you have a little search key, and then you
Okay.
can put in whatever you want here. So you can put in
Oh, okay.
lead funnel. And what it'll do is it will bring up any sort of documentation or training that they have about lead funnels. So here's lead
Ah,
magnet funnel, right? Sales funnel training. You can go in there and you can grab a sales, like go through the sales funnel training, and it will show you step by step how to how to set them up, right? So if we go into like this one, here it is about this lesson. It's all about lead funnels, and it has it all written out for you. And there's also a video
okay,
that
wonderful.
will walk you through
So again, where do you say the search button is? Where is the search button on the first page?
right here, right at the top, right beside
Oh,
the
okay,
little
okay, got
icon
it.
of the person.
Yeah, got
Yeah,
it.
there
Okay,
you
thank
go.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so the other thing that comes to me is you have a workflow automation. Now, I paid one price for the monthly subscription. Do I have to pay extra for if I create any workflow automation?
So the only additional charges that you pay inside of your sales process account is once you're complete your onboarding, Dennis, you have to set up your email, and you're going to pay per email, but it is literally less than a penny per email that you pay to send out emails. And so it's charged to you based on usage. How many emails do you send every month? That's how you're
Okay.
charged.
So let's say example, after I build up my database and all that, I send out, let's say about 1,000 emails a month because some
Yeah.
are the second time, the third time. So I'll be charged on that 1,000 total emails.
Yes. So I'll give you an example. So for $10 a month, you
Yeah.
can send about 5,000 emails in,
Wow, that's good.
yes, in sales process. Yeah.
Okay, for $10 a month, 5,000 emails.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
because I went to attend another briefing and they says they use Zapier as automation, and then you have to pay for every time you use your automation workflow or you set up automation workflow. So this is
Oh,
one fee for everything.
that's one fee for everything. Yeah.
Okay, except for the email that I set up.
That's right.
And then
Yes.
I can also import my databases from other places into here, right?
If you have it in the form of a CSV file, you can import them in. Yes.
So if I'm using HubSpot, that's not a problem, right?
No, that's not a problem. You can export the CSV file and import it into sales process.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So this session is always on a Tuesday, and it talks about funnel and some technical aspects about funnel.
That's right. Yep.
Okay, and generally, how long does it last?
It's 1 hour.
Okay,
So
thank you.
yeah, you're
I better
welcome.
give the floor to somebody else now. Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis. It's nice to meet you. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
John, what's up? What's happening?
Hi, Tamara. Tamara, two things. One, I think the our own branded app is launched. So it'll be nice if you can take us through the flow one day later on sometime. I
Okay.
saw that yesterday. Got very excited.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's one. Second, I would like to know, the points inside the groups, inside the communities.
Yes.
Are those points customizable? Because I would like to give points to my students based on course completion.
Ah, that's such a great question. Okay. So when these first came out, let's go take a look here. I'm going to actually just one sec. I'll get back into my demo account and I'll share with you where that is located. Hold on. And so you can set up a rewards system inside of your membership, inside of your community. Okay. So we are going to go. Let me grab my screen sharing again. Okay. So inside of memberships and then up here at communities, we have our groups, right? And so I have this group here that is a demo group. If I go in to my demo group, oh, and it's going to make me, just one sec. I will get in there a different way. Okay, now I'm inside here. I can share with you. All right. And I just have to move you guys out of the way here for a sec. If we go in here, and once you're inside of your community, you go into your settings, and over here, it's going to come in. You'll see, you'll have all these options over here, and you're going to want to go into gamification and rewards. Now, this is a brand new sort of feature here, but you can set up gamification for how you want the levels, what you want the levels to be called in your group. So let's say, you know, like you had a bronze, silver, and gold medal or something like that based on their participation in the community. You can set that up. The rewards is a little bit different. It is, you can give them coupon codes. You can give them, they can earn like Amazon gift cards. You can create whatever reward you want here. But it's, when you are talking about course completion, that's something that you have to track inside of a workflow. And currently, the only way that you can track that is if they press the Mark Complete button. And so unless you have like homework that goes with your course and they have to submit it, they can just go through and click Mark Complete, and there's not much you can do about it. That's really the only way that you can track it. So what were you thinking you would use to track their completion of the course? Ideally, what would you like to use, John?
Right now here, with respect to this, one question I have is like, this says level 1, level 2, level 3.
Yes.
Do I have control of how many points for level 1? Because the leaderboard is amazing. Weekly leaderboard, monthly leaderboard, and everything.
Yes.
So I would, in my courses are actually structured in a way which says level 1, project 1, project 2, project 3, and then level 2, project 2, project 2, project 3. So when they finish one level, they are actually named after that level. Like they say, I am a level 1 completer.
Okay. Yeah, that makes total sense. I love that. So
yeah, this here, no, there is a badge that comes near our name inside this. That looks very fascinating.
Right.
Will that come in the course also? Is the question.
Yes. So as this feature gets more built out, you will be able to customize it more, but it's really limited right now to what you can do. All you can do is create levels. That's it. You can't tie those levels to points. And then your rewards, again, are really limited. You can't tie it to the points that they earn. The feature hasn't been developed that much yet. So we're really in what we call the skateboard stage of things here. This is really they've released the skateboard version of this, and we're working up to the Toyota Corolla here, trying to get to the more advanced sort of thing.
Right.
So right now, I mean, it's very limited as to what you can do because you can't tie it back to points. You can't tie it back to anything except engagement in the community.
Right. Now, one more idea I had was if you go to learning, I can actually add my courses in here.
Yes, you can.
Does this support the rewards in any way?
It doesn't at this time.
Doesn't.
It's
Okay.
not tied to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. This is all. So your leaderboard is all based on your community activity. So what it tracks and how you rank here is based on your activity in the community. So it's commenting, liking, posting, responding, that sort of thing. That's all that this is tied to at this time. You can't customize it in any way yet. Yet. I always say yet because the development team is always working to make it better. And so we know that that's coming. We just don't know when.
Done. Amazing.
Yes. So you can gamify your course. And I'll show you that here. If we go back to sales process, I'll just show you inside of your automations, you have the ability to gamify your course. So if we go into start from scratch and we think about, if we look at the triggers here, so here, if you just type in course, the word course, you're going to notice a bunch of triggers that are category started, category completed, lesson started. So the category is like the module, and then there's lessons within the module, right? And so you can track that. But here is what causes these triggers to fire. The trigger is them clicking mark complete. They have to click that button inside of the course area. If they don't click the button, it doesn't register as being complete.
Yeah. So when they complete a category, is there a way? Because yesterday I heard about math operation. Is that like a feature that
Yes,
people?
you can create points that way. So let's say you have your trigger is category complete. Let me see if this is even going to work here. So we're going to do demo course. Okay. And then I'm going to have to probably tell the system what the category is. Let's say it's advanced tips. So let's say they complete the advanced tips category. So that once they click that button that it's complete, that's going to fire off this. So then what you could do is you could create a custom value field that you could say is like course completion points or the name of your course points or whatever you want. So you'd have to create that custom value first. And then what you would do is you could put in math. So math operation. And I would have to have the custom values field selected. I would be telling it, oh, it's not allowing me to choose that. Hold on.
It's not created.
Yes, that's probably why. I would have to have a custom values field created. Then I'd be able to say, point the system to that custom value and tell them add 10 points, right? Like once it was able to grab that custom value, then it would give me another option to say add 10 points. And then that could be collected inside of their contact record inside of sales process. This could also send you, like you could build out the workflow to send you an internal communication about them earning their points. You could even track them in a pipeline. You could, every time they earn a point, they get put into a different stage of the pipeline if you wanted to track them that way. So you can build out gamification. You just can't do it in the community section. You have to come into the workflow and build it out here.
So in this case, they will get a mail. That's it, is it? Like it won't reflect on their profile or anything, but they'll get a mail saying points added to you because you did this.
You could send them a message and say, hey, you just earned 10 points for completing this category.
But
You
where
could do
else will they be able to see it?
they won't be able to see their points. That's the only
So
problem.
mail, I think is good. Like a congratulations mail saying you earned so many points.
Yes, that's right. You'd want to send them a message and let them know.
So does this like if they complete 4 different courses, are the points adding up with this particular workflow?
If you can use the math function and you would create. So you would just the piece that we're missing here is the custom value. You would just need to come back out here. So let's save this. And you would come back out here and you would go to settings and you would go to custom values and you would create a custom value and you could put this course points or whatever you wanted to call it, right? And let's say everybody starts out with 10. Okay. So that's going to create, everybody gets 10 points. So then we will go back to our automation. And I'm just going to put, call this course gamification. And then we would use the math function here. Math operation, custom value. I don't know why it won't let me. Hold on one sec. Let me try something else here. Let's go custom value. Update custom value. And we want to go custom points. Current value. So then you would say the new value would be, so let's say I wanted to add 10. So your new value would be 20. So save action. Let's call this plus 10. Save. But that's not, hold on one sec. Let's see if we put the math.
Is there a tag saying add the previous course points?
Yeah, we want to be able to do that, right? We want to, hold on. You know what, John? This is such a good, I am in exactly the right place for us to figure this out because I'm at the high level summit this week in Dallas. And I spent 2 hours with the developers today, like going through different workflows and the issues that we've been having with them. So I want to take this to them and see how we would make this work. I feel like I have it in the wrong order. So let me think about this. Math. I feel like I need it in a certain order for this too. The math operation, if it comes before the custom value, yeah, like it won't let me choose any of these. And what I really want to do is everybody starts with 10 points. I want to add 10 points. So then that would make it 20. Or maybe, I'm just thinking here. Sorry, I'm like workshopping this in my own brain here. Let's try this. We're going to do an experiment. We're going to create a custom field and we're going to call the field, it's going to be a number. And we're going to call the field course. Okay. And we'll just put it with the contact. Save. Okay. Now let's go back and change this. Let's try this. Instead of we can't do that either. Okay, hold on a sec. Let's get rid of this. Update.
We can continue this on Thursday too. If
Okay. So I'm going to take this tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this to the developers and see what we can come up with. Because I have them. I have them in a room. They're all in a room. You should see it. It's
Nice.
amazing.
Can I tell you what exactly I'm looking for? I have in my
Yeah,
head.
tell me.
One is like I'm looking at my whole course as a journey of them finishing level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5 kites. It's like a complete gamified journey.
Yes.
Now I want to give them points for course completion 1, community like we always have. And
Yes.
third is I want to give them like a daily habits, like finish your journal today, get 10 points. Do a 1/2 an hour walk today and get 10 points. Drink 2 liter waters, like habits.
I love
And
that.
add all of these points together to their leaderboard and award them every week.
Okay, so what you would have to do, like I'm just thinking mechanically, how are we going to set this up? So inside of the course area, you would need to create each habit as a lesson, and you would have to show them. They would need to like hit that complete button to have the points added to their point total. So each habit would need to be a lesson for it to be able to trigger a workflow.
Yes, but this is recurring, no? It has to happen every day.
Every day. And they would have to hit that complete button.
Yeah, just putting it in your head. So if at all, if it's possible.
Okay. I'm
Right?
I'm excited to like workshop this out. I think it's going to be cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, well, I've got the developers. They're like trapped in a room for hours and hours for this whole summit. So I'll be going to see them tomorrow with this.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to this.
Okay, so I'll update you on Thursday then, okay? Sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thanks, John. Yeah, you too. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you so much. It was great to meet you, Dennis. Thanks for coming. And I'm back on Thursday to answer more questions, and we'll talk about the CRM feature on Thursday as well. You guys have a great week.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.